Yo, what's up, y'all? It's your boy, Ogechi Aghaji, aka Oaghaji, and I'm back in the building, back with another video. And today, I'm back with another installment of Oaghaji Recommendations. And today, I'm going to recommend the classic fighting game, Capcom vs SNK2, Millionaire Fighting 2001, aka Mark of the Millennium 2001. Yeah. Millionaire Fighting 2001 is the Japanese title, where Mark of the Millennium 2001 is the American slash European title. I've wanted to make a video on this particular game, you know what I'm saying, and finally got the chance to do so. And as y'all know, it's like the second game that Capcom made, and for the Capcom versus SNK series. You know what I'm saying? The first one is Capcom versus SNK 1. But SNK, did their thing with the Capcom versus SNK series with SNK versus Capcom Match of the Millennium back in 1999. And then there's SVC Chaos SNK versus Capcom in 2002 or 2003. And there's also the card game that came out around that time, around the 2000s, if I remember correctly. Without further ado, let's talk about it. And let's talk about the roster real quick. The roster in Capcom vs SNK2 it's basically a mixture of, like I said, Capcom and SNK characters, but it's mostly the Street Fighter and King of Fighters characters, with a mixture of Garu Densetsu, aka Fatal Fury, Ryoko no Ken, aka Art of Fighting, and Samurai Spirits, aka Samurai Showdown, and there's Hibiki Takane from Bakumatsu Roman Geki no Kenshi, aka The Last Blade. Like I said, with SNK, with Capcom, yeah, like I said, it's mostly the Street Fighter cast on the Capcom side, but it also has like the Final Fight character, Maki Genryusai. There's also Morgan from Vampire, aka Darkstalkers, and Kyosuke from Shiritsu, Justice Gakuen, aka Rival Schools. Uh, yeah, yeah, yep. I think that's about it with terms of the character roster. Now for the gameplay mechanics. The gameplay mechanics in this game is the groove system. Now it was first introduced in the Capcom versus SNK 1 but it was basically the groove system, and that was just Capcom groove and SNK groove. That was it. The Capcom groove is like a level 3 meter level super meter. It's a 3 level super meter, whereas the SNK groove is like a meter that you have to fully gauge up, to power up and whatnot, and fill up this like a spirit, basically like the spirit gauge that made its first appearance in Ryoko no Ken, aka Art of Fighting, and then later on into the King of Fighters games, especially with the King of Fighters 94. Anyway, with Capcom vs SNK 2, it further improved on the groove system by having the grooves be the 3 letters for each of the Capcom side, for the 3 letters for the Capcom side, and 3 letters from the SNK side. The Capcom side is CAP, the C, A, and the P grooves. With the SNK, it's the S and N and the K grooves. The C groove is the level 3 super meter. It's the 3 level super meter. And it has, like, I think the alpha counter, if I remember correctly. And you also got the A groove, which is like, it features like the custom combos that you see in the Street Fighter Alpha games from the Street Fighter Zero games, aka the Street Fighter Alpha games, that started in Street Fighter Zero 2, aka Street Fighter Alpha 2, through Street Fighter Zero 3, aka Street Fighter Alpha 3. And then with the P groove, it's like a mixture of Super Street Fighter 2X, aka Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, and Street Fighter 3 with the parry system, aka the blocking system. Yeah, in Japan they call it the blocking system, whereas in here in the US and Europe it's called the parry system. Anyway, for the SNK side with the grooves, the S groove is like the spirit gauge that you fill up by pressing two buttons. I think it's either the low and punch and kick buttons, the fierce punch button and the short punch button, or is it out? Is it's either that or the strong and me short and medium short. There's a short, strong, and roundhouse. Yeah, the strong kick, or the fierce and the roundhouse kick. I could be wrong on that. No, I think it's the fierce punch button and the roundhouse punch button. But I think the end groove. It's basically the mirror that you see in the King of Fighters games from King of Fighters '97 to the King of Fighters of today. You know what I'm saying? Specifically, where you push the two each, a punch button, a kick button, to have a flash. You can pull off a much more powerful version of the super move. Oh, I should have mentioned with the S groove, if you get hit a certain amount of times, you get a much more powerful version of the super move. With the K groove, it's basically the rage gauge from Samurai Spirits, aka Samurai Showdown, with the mixture of the Just Defense system from Garu Mark of the Wolves. Sometimes known as Fatal Fury Mark of the Wolves. I think it's a pretty good, mix, you know what I'm saying? And not to mention you also got the famous roll cancel, which is a bug, but it's used at a very high level in both Japan and in the US, which is pretty cool, High level Capcom versus SNK2 is just awesome to watch, especially the Japanese matches, It's like chef's kiss, you know what I'm saying? You can pull, a lot of turn players will use the A groove because you can pull off some pretty cool custom combos in there, which I like, you know what I'm saying? The music in this is also pretty awesome too, it's like 2000s techno music and all that, which I think is cool. I can't complain about that. Yeah, and the sprite work is pretty good too, though in the case of Morgan is using the old Dark Circle sprites, but hey, I ain't really complaining about that, honestly. So I'm more of a gameplay mechanics first, aesthetic second kind of gamer anyway, especially when it comes to fighting games and beating them up. So yeah. Yeah, overall, Capcom versus SNK2 is an awesome fighting game. You know what I'm saying? It's a great sequel to the original and a further improvement and a great improvement of it, especially when it comes to its gameplay. So yeah, y'all definitely need to check it out. You can also find it in this bad boy right here, the Capcom Fighting Collection 2. So yeah. Hopefully, y'all enjoy this little installment of Oaghaji Recommendations. Stay tuned for more recommendation videos and stay tuned for more other videos along the way. If y'all like this video, y'all can like it, share it, and all that good stuff. You can also subscribe to the Oaghaji27 YouTube channel. I mean, y'all know what it is. So, yeah, with that being said, this is your boy, Ogechi Aghaji, a.k.a. Oaghaji. Signing out.